Last week, there was a clip went super viral from a Mormon dating show called The Altar. And you guys discussed it on the show last week when I wasn't here. I was out of town. I just have a lot of thoughts on it. The reason why it went viral is because it was deceptively edited. This girl went up to introduce herself to the guys on the panel, and she said, like, I'm scuba dive certified. I love going on adventures. She just seemed like super wholesome Chungus-ified. And everyone was dragging her. The other half of the internet was saying she deserved better than to be laughed at by the guys on the panel. Super, like, pitiful performance from everyone involved. But I think we should show the deceptively edited clip before we get into it.
Yes, here we go, guys. Here's the one. And again, we watched this on Friday, but this is the one we watched. But here we go.
Okay, I'm Riley. I'm 24. I'm from Houston, Texas. And honestly, I'm down for any good adventure. I just got scuba dive certified, and I'm planning to go to Australia this summer, so I'm super excited about that. And then I just picked up skiing like 2 years ago, and I honestly love any themed party. Like, those are like my favorite things to go to, my favorite things to plan. And I'm looking for someone that wants to be my adventure buddy, and it's someone that I can trust in and is going to be there for me.
Aww.
If any gentleman would like to get to know Riley more, please step forward.
And they're all like...
They all look like Benson Boone.
Yeah, they do. They all look the same.
Benson Boone.
So they're laughing at her.
That
Nobody's
looks like
interested.
Averman from the Mighty Ducks. The millennials know what I'm talking about.
The guys who are just not reacting in any way are doing it the correct way. Justice for Riley.
Thank you for introducing yourself.
Okay. So she didn't get any takers, and this prompted a huge debate about what it is that made her so unattractive to the panel.
It became like a huge conversation for like a week.
It was insane. Like, people were philosophizing about what it means for a woman to be into travel, and is she like whoring her way across Europe? Like, it was insane.
I mean, okay, so here's the thing. Even before you know that it's a Mormon dating show, just judging by what she's wearing tells me that she's not whoring her way through Europe.
Okay, and if you're listening rather than watching, you don't know, she's wearing these ginormous barrel leg jeans and a crochet vest with flowers on it. She's hunched over like a grandma. Her posture is terrible. She just looks like she didn't put a lot of effort into her appearance. But the funny thing is, because it was deceptively edited, most people didn't know there was a curtain between her and the guys.
Yep.
So they didn't even have a clue what she looked like. They only heard her voice.
And this was the basically the center of my thesis last week, which is that it doesn't matter. Like, just pick your generation. The media is evil either way, whether it was Howard Stern with the Butterface contest or this being deceptively edited to humiliate her and make some faux intellectual statement about dating in the current age. It's all to make people angry, and it's all because evil is the goal, at least in my opinion.
It's insane how cutting out the curtain between the guys and girls changes the context of this clip and has started a gender war based on lies. But what is your take on why they were so put off by her just based on her voice and what she said?
Look, I don't know what it, like, if these guys, so the original push right here is that because they're members of the Mormon church, that they're looking to settle down and start families. It's just in my brain finds it incongruous with how they dress. Like, I'm like these don't look like the men that are settling down to start families. But of course that's just, surface level interpretation. But, is the idea supposed to be that she didn't talk about the types of things that actually matter when you want to settle down and start a family, which is like personal values, where you see yourself wanting to be in the next 5 to 10 years, what your goals are in the relationship. More, it was like a pitch for let's go do these types of adventures. She was unbelievably wholesome sounding and sounded very excited about all of it. I laughed because any TV show you watch, a character that gets scuba certified is absolutely shown to be doing too much. Like they're like unless it's part of their job, scuba certified is something that a character lists off when they're like, I have all these credentials. These are all the things that I'm good at. So I felt bad for her, but the edited clip makes it less so because it's not actually as serious as they make it out to be. But the edited version did her a huge disservice.
Well, I still think that the guys on the panel were wrong to react the way they did because, of course, they knew they were being recorded and that she was going to see that one way or another after the video came out. So that was cruel from the guys who did laugh at her. And what I would imagine is most Zoomettes would be loath to introduce themselves based on their values or goals in life.
I mean, I feel like
that would
have been true of most generations when they're that age.
Exactly, but most Gen Z women would avoid talking about their long-term goals for a romantic relationship because they would assume that comes on too strong, that guys would be scared off by that, which at that age is by and large true. Maybe not among the Provo's most eligible group.
From the thirstiest town in America.
It says in the YouTube bio, they're helping people find love in the thirstiest town in America.
This is what I mean when I say that the media is always evil, right? When Howard Stern did it, it was purely for spectacle, right? It was shock and awe. This is like, we're going to be evil, but we're going to couch it in the language of some lame sociological experiment or social commentary on what dating means in the year 2025. It's still about humiliation.
Well, they say Provo's Most Eligible began its journey in 2019, creating hilarious and heartfelt dating opportunities for the singles of Provo, Utah. Drawn by curiosity about Mormon culture, fans wait eagerly for 3 years for the series to return. Now the creators are back with a bold new spin-off, The Altar, a show that leans into and pokes fun at the stereotypes of Provo dating culture in fresh and unexpected ways. So I do understand the draw. Like, it's such an alien thing to most people.
Yes.
Because like,
the pitch makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it's like Love is Blind with a new like social media twist. They're like 20 Mormons blind date, Mormons meet at the altar, Mormons play truth or dare.
The videos of like students from BYU being interviewed always go viral because it's such like you said, it's alien to the rest of us.
And the viral Instagram page, like Brigham Young Virginity Club, which nobody ever knew was a satire account. Here's the thing though. I don't think most people would be willing to say this, but that girl Riley really needs to hear it from someone who cares.
That's you?
That that she has room for improvement.
Okay.
A lot of people were just saying, like, she's such a wholesome chungus. Like, she was way too cool for them. She deserves better. Any guy would jump at the chance to date someone like Riley. That's not true. And, you know, it's not even that she likes skiing or likes scuba diving or traveling or any of that stuff. It's really the way that she presents herself in both the way that she talks and the way that she dresses. And regardless of the fact that the guys couldn't see her, that remains true. Yeah. I think that she comes off like a little kid, and that's not attractive. Yeah. You don't want to date the type of guy who is attracted to a grown woman that presents herself in this childlike way. If someone who really cared about her gave her some honest, tough love dating advice, they would tell her, you need to fix your posture. Stop standing like that. Stop craning your neck like that.
I mean, even though they can't see her.
Yeah, like regardless.
General,
I mean, even that still affects the way that you carry yourself and the way that you speak about yourself. Fix your posture. Stop dressing like a little kid. Dress like a grown adult woman. Like, wear a dress, put on some makeup, put some effort into the way you do your hair. And also, perhaps this is chauvinistic of me, but I have been thinking about this for a minute now. Women really need to stop doing whatever they're doing with their voices.
What do you mean?
have noticed this not just in social media content, but my interactions with women generally. They're changing their voices.
You mean like changing how they actually speak?
Yes.
Like to women as opposed to men?
I have noticed that women are like, they're first of all talking way too loud. They're almost yelling. They need to stop yelling.
Okay.
And they need to stop raising the pitch of their voice in this way that's like really off-putting. Hi, I'm Riley. I'm 24 and I like scuba diving. Like, it's very grating to the ears.
Okay.
For everyone. And I've just noticed that like a lot of women are doing this. Maybe they think that it comes off as like less threatening or something to put on a higher pitched voice, but I find it very disturbing. Talk with your normal voice and just act like a grown adult woman with some dignity.
Okay.
Like, carry yourself. You know, like what makes you think that you're above that? It's kind of like a guy.
I mean, I don't think she's ever entertained that question in her life.
She should. Well, she should. A lot of guys kind of act like they're above that too. Like, oh, why would I need to, dress up? I'm just being myself. No. Like, sometimes, most of the time actually, being yourself doesn't matter. We have a 20 from Adam Bowers. Having grown up Mormon, now Eastern Orthodox, this is how it normally goes from a man's perspective. The women either think holding hands is fornication or they're throwing themselves at every guy with broccoli for hair. Yeah, I do have a little bit of an insight into Christian dating culture in general, not Mormons, but Christian dating culture and Catholic dating culture more specifically. And they have a whole unique set of problems that most of the secular dating world can't relate to. In my opinion, the Christian women, the Catholic women that I've encountered have a similar problem to what Riley is experiencing. In a way, it's like they come off as frigid and they come off as boyish and childish. And, they're just not able to flirt. And they think that there's no way to do that without seeming slutty, which is ridiculous.
Why do you think that? Why do you think that they're so? I mean, I understand why you would be worried about being perceived that way. Is that just because in the social media age, they're worried that they're going to be perceived a specific way if they act that way to find and to meet someone? They
have a weird misconception that soliciting male attention in a very normal way is somehow not traditional, and they're way too concerned with seeming traditional and not actually behaving that way. Okay. So it's like they've lost the concept of dropping the handkerchief, giving an in. Because guys, especially these days,
well, that's what they do now. They're
young guys,
the men are dropping the handkerchief by getting their salad stolen.
Right, exactly. Well, these days, I think Gen Z guys, especially, really need to feel invited to express interest in women more than they have in previous generations, which I understand is a headache from the female perspective. But be realistic. You have to be inviting. You don't have to act like a cartoon character. Just be pleasant. Stop yelling and stop dressing like a little boy,
Yeah, I think more than anything, she should have, I guess I just don't know how. She expected the interests to be enough that somebody was going to be like, I like all those things, so, That's what it felt like to me.
She
presented... She was hoping to pull somebody based on, having similar interests.
Yeah, which is not the basis for a relationship. The basis for a relationship ought to be shared values and general chemistry, not having the same hobbies. She basically presented the least important information about herself, which she didn't know better than to do.
That's what I meant at the beginning, was it just seems like that's the type of stuff that would come later once you have the discussion. It's not at least maybe in like the real world, this stuff would come up first as like the type of pleasantries you talk about to one another before you get into the deeper stuff about like what you're hoping for in the future. But something like this seems like the whole point is to put that stuff on the table, because that's the reason everybody's been brought together in this one room, is to talk about these things specifically.
Yeah, she definitely didn't deserve to get dragged the way that she did at all.
No.
And it's basically a humiliation ritual, as you said. But I think that like women in Christian dating or maybe Mormon dating, like that whole sphere, have a totally different set of personality flaws than the women in the secular dating world have.
Yeah.
And that needs to be addressed. Like, they are way too concerned with putting on the airs of traditionalism instead of just being human beings and like relating to one another.
I feel like that's hard to do nowadays because everybody's worried they're going to be judged for their behavior online. So you have to put up a front of some sort.
Well, especially if you're on a show like this.
Yeah, or if you have traditional values that people want to judge and give you some type of purity test on. I mean, that's what I've noticed about like the worst parts about X is like you could take something that you really, really love. Thank you. Like your religion, and then it just becomes a spiral of arguing.
Right.
Hold, please. Very excited. Okay.
And you know what? I'll add another thing. Women are really weird about date ideas these days.
What do you mean?
They think that a guy needs to come up with some elaborate, like, bullshit, like, activity for them. That's what a lot of the men were complaining about this clip. That she's, like, obsessed with the idea of, like, doing the activities or whatever. Like, can you just go into a setting where it's easy to have a conversation? That's the point of going on a date, right? It's like learning about each other, having a conversation, not, you know, doing the same thing at the same time. That's what kids do on play dates that their parents arrange for them. They do coloring pages, and they play tag and hide and seek.
Maybe they could do like, okay, we're going to play 20 questions while doing an escape room.
It's the escape rooms, it's the pottery classes, it's the skiing, it's the scuba diving, it's all the things. It's the equivalent of going on a first date to a movie and not going to dinner afterwards. Yeah. So it's really ridiculous, the types of date ideas that women think they want to go on. They probably don't know what they want, but like women, I just think like guys shouldn't listen to women when they're talking about like the date ideas that they think are like a great like way to get to know someone, because they just come up with the stupidest shit. People in general just need to grow the F up. The guys in that room need to grow up and stop acting like middle schoolers, and so does Riley. Okay. Like everyone in that room probably humiliated themselves equally, and she just got the brunt of the backlash.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.